All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I want to give a double honor to the elders and the apostles who rule well, and the salutations to the Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm going to call Yasharala, coming out of the GMS Lions Den camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. I'll be coming out with a small little lesson, coming out of Jeremiah chapter 10, concerning not to go in the way of the heathen. 2/3 of Israel like to go in the way of the heathen. And for that, they're going to be punished by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. But anyways, let's get to it. This is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. That's the Most High speaking to his people. He's saying, Israel, hear this. He didn't say heathens, hear this. He didn't say Esau, hear this. Moab, hear this. Ammon, hear this. He said, hear this, O house of Israel. He talking to his people. He talking to the nation of Israel, which 2/3 ain't listening anyway. But let's keep going. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Learn not the way of the heathen. For one, don't do what the heathen do. The heathen, they eat all these abominable foods. They celebrate all these pagan holidays, and they worship all these false deities and gods. The Most High is saying, don't learn the way of the heathen. Don't do what the heathen do, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Don't get scared when you start seeing signs and wonders in the heavens, in the skies. That's just a sign and a warning of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, soon to come back. Like people see chariots and they start flipping out. Just certain things happen. Be not dismayed. Don't be afraid. But yeah, okay. Verse 3. For the custom of the people are vain. For the custom of the heathens, they are vain. Christmas is vain. Mother's Day is vain. The so-called Easter, that's vain. Valentine's Day is vain. This is just a whole lot of ways of the heathen that is vain. It's useless. It's pointless. Ain't no benefit to it. Anyways, let me keep going. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest. That's talking about Christmas right there. Talking about the Christmas tree. For the work of the hands, for the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. So you have people they go and they cut these cypress trees out of the forest, or they go get a cedar tree and they cut it down and they talking about a Christmas tree. As a matter of fact, let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 27. Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen, but the desire of those that keep thy testimonies in afflictions. Again, don't desire the wicked inventions of the Salakia. Don't desire the inventions of the wicked heathen. The inventions of the heathen is the same thing. Let's say the Christmas tree. That's an invention of the heathen. That's an invention of wickedness. But anyways, verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold. They take this Christmas tree, which is the main thing it's talking about. They take this basically Nimrod's rod, and they dress it up and they call it a Christmas tree. But they deck it with silver and gold and fasten it with nails. They get these Christmas trees. They put all kind of decor on them. They all kind of silver dross and all that other stuff they put on it. It be silver and gold, all these candy canes and these lights and stuff. And they fasten it with nails. They put the Christmas tree little thing in the base, and then they screw these screws in so it won't fall over, so it won't move. With nails and hammer, they did not move. So pretty much, a Christmas tree is vain. Again, the way of the heathen is vain. The Most High is saying, don't go in the way of the heathen. But you can't tell 2/3 of Israel that. They got to put their Christmas tree up. They got to celebrate they holidays. Verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. Yet again, the heathen, they make up these false deities as well. You know, the Christmas tree is an idol. It's not the idol that you would think it would be. It's a representation of the member of a man. And they, like I say, they deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails. They stand it up. It's all erect, you know, keywords that let you know what it's talking about. But it's basically, it's talking about the Christmas tree and also these false deities as well. As again, in 2nd Esdras, chapter 8, verse 27. Don't regard the inventions of the wicked, of the heathen, the wicked inventions of the heathen. Don't regard them. But 2/3 of Israel regard them. But it's telling you, here in Jeremiah 10, don't go in the way of the heathen. Israel, don't go in the way of the heathen. But Israel is hard-headed. They got to do their thing. You know, they just have to do it. Okay, I'm gonna go to this is Wisdom of Solomon 15 and 15. For they counted all the idols of the heathen to be gods, which neither have the use of eyes to see, nor noses to draw breath, nor ears to hear, nor fingers of hands to handle. And as for their feet, they are slow to go. Verse 5 in Jeremiah chapter 10. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. So I mean, going in the way of the heathen ain't beneficial. Most High say, go not in the way. Learn not the way of the heathen. They make deities, false gods, and then, you know, again, Jeremiah chapter 10, talking about the Christmas and Christmas trees. You know, they like to decorate that rod of Nimrod. We're gonna just say it like that. And they want to put silver and gold and lights and candy on it, and then they want to sit there and worship and be like, oh, this is that Christmas tree is a deity, a false deity, a false god, a false power. It can't save you, it can't do nothing for you, but yet and still, people celebrating Christmas every year. They go and they celebrate these pagan holidays every year. They worship these false gods all the time. And again, in Wisdom of Solomon 15 and 15, these false deities and these gods, which is these false powers, they don't have eyes, they don't have noses to draw breath, they don't have eyes to see, they don't have ears to hear, they don't have fingers to handle, and their feet don't, and as for their feet, they're slow to go. That means their feet, they don't move. All the things of the heathens, all inventions of the heathens are wicked, and they profit us nothing. So I mean, the Most High knew what he was talking about when he told Israel not to go and learn the ways of the heathen, not to go in the ways of the heathen. The Most High wasn't just saying that for his health. He didn't send his son, Yahushua, down here to the earth for Yahushua to talk for his health. He did not personify the law, statutes, commandments that it can be said just to be said. These are law, statutes, commandments. Learn not the way of the heathen is a commandment. But just concerning this little bit right here, you know, 2/3 of Israel don't hear things like this. This is very key. And if you're not following this and not heeding the law, statutes, commandments, verse 27 of 2nd Esdras chapter 8, verse 15 of Wisdom of Solomon 15, and just these first 5 verses of Jeremiah chapter 10, this is detrimental to you if you don't heed these and you don't follow them. Detrimental, it's dangerous, it can destroy you, and it's gonna get 2/3 of Israel destroyed. Again, Learn not the way of the heathen. Be not dismayed at the signs of the heavens. Don't be afraid. The custom of the heathen is vain. They cut trees down and call them Christmas trees, but it's a representation of the member of a man. It's a representation into worshiping false deities. They deck these deities and the Christmas tree, which is a deity, with gold and silver and all these things. But according to the words in the scriptures, it's upright like, you know what I'm saying, the Christmas tree is upright like a palm tree, but it needs to be born because it cannot go. And the Most High is saying, don't be afraid of these false deities and these inventions of the heathen. They can't do good. They can't do evil. They are evil. When you worshiping anything outside of Yahweh B'Hashim Yahushua as a power, that's evil. That's wickedness. The Most High said he would not have no other gods before him. So you work in wickedness. But with this small little lesson, simply put, learn not the way of the heathen. Don't go in the paths and the ways of the heathen. It is not beneficial. With that, shalom.